All right, today we are diving headfirst into a real cryptographic treasure hunt. And our map? It's a single research paper. Our destination is a secret that might have been hidden by Satoshi Nakamoto himself, right inside the original Bitcoin white paper.
You know, it's the question that's been hanging over the internet for more than a decade now. Who is the person, or maybe even the group, behind that name? The one who gave us Bitcoin and then just vanished.
So Satoshi Nakamoto drops this world-changing technology on us and then just disappears, leaving this huge mystery. Now, plenty of names have been thrown around, but one of the most persistent, and let's be honest, controversial claimants is the Australian computer scientist Dr. Craig Wright. And the discovery we're looking at today, well, it points right at him.
So, let's get right to it. What did this researcher find? Well, the claim is pretty wild, that a hidden cryptographic signature was actually embedded right inside the Bitcoin white paper. And the Bitcoin address this signature creates starts with a very, very specific prefix, one CISWA.
Okay, so to really get why this is such a big deal, you gotta understand a bit about Bitcoin addresses. They're made using this one-way cryptographic process. The best way to think about it is like a blender, right? Once you've turned your fruit into a smoothie, there's no way you're getting that whole apple back. So trying to force an address to start with one CSW, man, that would have taken a ridiculous amount of computer power, especially way back in 2008. We're talking practically impossible.
And here's where it gets even weirder. This address, the one starting with 1CSW, it's cryptographically valid. It actually exists, but it has a zero balance. It's never been used, not once. It's like a signature on a check that was never cashed, a digital ghost.
So you're probably asking, how on earth did the researcher even find this? It wasn't just a lucky guess. The theory is that Satoshi left a trail, a couple of very subtle clues hidden right there in the text of the white paper. So let's follow that trail together.
So, the first clue is kind of strange. It's a word thing. In the very first section of the white paper, words like reverse, reversal, non-reversible, they pop up a bunch, but then, for the rest of this super carefully written document, they're gone. Completely. This made the researcher think, maybe reversing isn't just a word here. Maybe it's a hidden instruction.
Now the second clue is way more direct, and it's something people have been scratching their heads about for years. It's this really out-of-place, incorrectly ordered reference you find in Section 7 of the white paper, 725.
Yeah, this 725 number has been a thing for a while now. Some older theories thought it was like a secret code mapping letters to CSW in the references. But this new research suggests something else entirely, that the number 7 isn't just part of the sequence, it's the key, the main key to the whole puzzle.
Okay, so now we have our two clues, right? We have the idea of reversal, and we have our key number 7. The big breakthrough happened when the researcher put these two things together, using Bitcoin's own rules to try and crack a message hidden in the white paper.
And which sentence was it? Well, it was the 7th sentence of the white paper. And the sentence itself is kind of fascinating. A certain percentage of fraud is accepted as unavoidable. That was the target.
And here's exactly how it worked. It's actually pretty brilliant. The researcher took that 7th sentence. Then, following that first clue, they reversed it, every single character, backwards. Then they took that jumbled reverse text and ran it through the exact same algorithm that generates any Bitcoin address. And the result?
This, a perfectly valid Bitcoin address that starts, against all odds, with the 4 characters 1CSW, the initials of Craig Steven Wright.
So, this is the big question, isn't it? What are the chances that all of this is just a massive coincidence? You have a clue about reversal, a number clue pointing to 7, and then the 7th sentence, when you reverse it, just happens to spit out those specific initials.
Well, the researcher actually ran the numbers on this, and the odds of this happening just by pure chance, we're talking more than 1 in 100 million. To put that into perspective for you, you've literally got a better chance of being struck by lightning. And that's not even counting the whole reversal clue. Statistically speaking, this isn't just weird. It's a massive, massive anomaly.
And what makes this all even more interesting is this famous quote from an old email between Satoshi and the legendary Hal Finney. Satoshi was talking about creating a custom address, and then says, "Just by chance, I have my initials." This new discovery, well, it suggests maybe it wasn't chance at all. Maybe it was an incredibly clever, deliberate act of cryptographic art.
So what are we supposed to make of all this?
Look, if this is real, it paints a picture of a creator with just incredible foresight and a serious flair for the dramatic. The kind of skill you'd need to plant a puzzle like this, it definitely lines up with Craig Wright's background. But, and this is important, we have to be clear, as fascinating as this is, it's compelling circumstantial evidence. It is not considered definitive cryptographic proof of identity.
And that kind of leaves us right here. Is this the key? The cryptographic Rosetta Stone that finally tells us who Satoshi Nakamoto is? Or is it just another beautiful, intricate layer to one of the greatest puzzles of our time? It seems like this debate is far, far from over.